What good neutral looks like in this Naruto game explained. We're starting off here with the super dash. You saw the yellow aura there. And I actually named it that about 10 years ago. I was the first person to name that mechanic a long time ago. And Spark Dash actually was named the Spark Dash about 2 years ago. So mine predates it by about 8 years. All right, let's get into this neutral here in Naruto Storm Connections to show you some interesting things. First of all, these games are super laggy. Very nice movement there and counter, cancel. But I actually mashed there, timed it, and punished him. That was very hard to see. It looks like I'm just mashing, but I actually mashed and tempo changed my mash to bait out the counter that I thought was coming and then punish him. And here I'm punishing the Jitsu in the active startup frames. So there's a lot of neutral and a lot of footsies as much as there can be in this game. There's guard pressure. Did you see the jail? The jail, continued jail into the blue dash. You're going to see a lot of things here that just people don't use, right? And that's because a lot of what I do, we're going to do the down combo here, classic down combo. A lot of what I do is in the DNA of most Storm 3 Revolutions and Storm 4 players, and they don't know it, because I taught the community a lot of things back in the day, but there's a lot of things I taught so many people that it's literally in the DNA of most modern players, and they don't even know who I am usually, or what I am, or what I contributed to this entire series and the players and the community. So I'm going to try my best here to just start just explaining. Tagordi does a kunai entry here, but I use a dash to stun him. Okay. And here, he's punishing me as well. I use a shuriken to trap him, a shuriken sub-trap into a support jitsu sub-trap. A lot of people have a misconception. They think that this game is not skill-based. It's an arena fighter. It's not as good as a real fighter. This is the stupidest thing ever. As long as there's no lag, the games are skilled. Perfect counter from Tagordi. Problem is, the games 85 to 95% of the time have lag advantage and give lag advantage to one person or the other. You can't see it unless you slow it down or unless you train yourself and you know. So right now we're about like similar lag, where we're both maybe playing at a 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10, but we're missing frames. The game is chugging a bit. But look at that neutral. Did you see how he stepped back, repositioned, and then perfectly spaced himself to do that living wall, right? But then I caught him in the startup frames with the ball to stop his pressure, to reverse the pressure, to allow myself to gain some chakra there. See, I don't even know why I'm gaining chakra. I think I'm just trying to look at the walking left and right, the walk tech, the switching, the walking up to him, and I thought I could psych him out, maybe get him to react so that I could punish him by doing something different. I never seen anyone do that before where they just walk left to right, walk up to you. It's a different approach, right? But he's too smart for that. He's too smart for that, and I've played him over 4,000 times, so he knows. So the interesting thing is, if you're at the right position and the person's on the ground, that Chidori will find you, hunt you down. So it's kind of giving you neutral for free, but I mean, I wouldn't change it. It's not that bad. There's ways around it. There's certain effective areas, and then there's areas that are not that effective. So, there's ways to interact with that blue Chidori, right? So let's see what happens here. Okay, so Susanoo Pierce got a lot better. It got buffs. Jugo got buffs. So we're testing this out. This is day 1 of the patch. So this is so interesting. The Susanoo Pierce beats out the flame control, it looks like. And it just pushed him back, but it actually damaged me. So no one's really using this Sasuke. You should probably look at it, the EMS Sasuke. I personally like the 5 Kage-sama Sasuke the most in this game, probably. But the EMS is being slept on, and that was a buff to his Susanoo Pierce, which it's really going to make him a lot better, so people can take advantage of that if they want. I was talking about here how I think the ninja tool should be able to stop your dash, right? But instead, the dash has priority. So here we have some mash. Finally, he's getting a jail going here, mini jail. Very nice. You can see I'm locked in. I'm going yellow. What's happening here in this game is we're taking turns a lot, right? We're We're maneuvering around, having good neutral, wasting substitution bars. But as you can see here, I had 0 substitution bars, but now they're coming back. Yeah. So the really weird thing here, I'm the character there, P1, right? With the original Jugo outfit. I definitely have delay at this point because he's able to do all that, and I couldn't even block to react to it. So this is the issue with this game, right? Is that technically, on paper, you can have a skill-based game, a super skill-based game, like a real fighter, especially in connections, but the connection, the lag, the online connectivity does not allow for it, right? It's impossible because you can do all the things offline, no problem. In there, I dashed him, and the Jugo dash, support dash, didn't come out, which was horrendous. Usually that will just lose me the game. So that misinput, you could actually see, everyone could see Jugo flared up, his chakra flared up, and then he just disappeared instead of doing a dash, support dash, and then Sasuke going in. But it ended up working in my favor, but that's not really the point. The point is that usually that will cost you the game. There's been a lot of those moments that even slow down, you can't really see it. Because what I'm experiencing and what he's experiencing are two different things. Like right here, this is not bad, but like I'm basically breaking my controller to try to get to him. And he should already be dead, right? He has no subs, and he should be done. The match should be mine already, right? But instead, he's getting me on easy air dashes here. So here the match is about to be over. He's going in with the jet type acceleration attack, which is just a phenomenal attack. And he got me on the easy counter again. Waste that last sub. And it is over. That was a really good finish. Really, really good finish. The game was as good as it could be. There was really, really amazing neutral play. Really good footsies. A lot of things there. Beautiful, beautiful gameplay. Thing is, though, even this is fake. Even this is fake because those two or three times where I pointed out the very easy lag disadvantage situations, right, where the inputs are being eaten up, there's a frame rate delay and frame rate drop so severe that it just changes the game, especially when there's two equally high-skilled players here like me and Tigordi. It just kind of ruins it. Very nice layered entries. Do you see the layered entries here? Phenomenal, phenomenal. Good use of stacking resources here, and he earned that pretty much as well, but the game still is lagging too. So that's the thing to consider, is a lot of people just do not understand that, one, the game can lag more than the other person, calling that lag advantage and lag disadvantage, right? And two, the game completely reacts differently when that happens, and all the characters that you use work differently in lag. That's why characters like Boro and a lot of other characters that you see, like Hagoromo's Lightning, Divine Thunder, these things are lag-proof. Neji's Mash, lag-proof. That's why everyone's like, oh, Neji's Mash, or Divine Thunder, the Lightning Jutsu. Yeah, it's because those things pretty much are completely lag-proof or highly lag-resistant. Some people are starting to get it, but a lot of people still don't understand. So this video is good neutral as much as it can be, right? Here we go. We're getting him in a combo, but now the tables have turned. There's no way there's probably no way that I have 3 substitution bars and he has 0. Usually when someone has 4 or 3 subs, right, and the other person has none, this is a fake game. Now it's fake on his turn. It's teeter-totter the other way, right? It's like, yeah, I lost a sub there to Jugo, that's fine, but really I should only have 0, 1, or 2 subs if the connection is good and fair for both of us. There's no way with a skilled player that you're going to have 4 or 3 more, right? So even though I'm cooking right now, it's all fake, but technically, if these things happened, it would have been good neutral. And that's what disgusts me. That's what really bothers me, is that for 13 years, no one knew about this really, or no one talked about it. No one explained it. No one could articulate it. And this is where the disgust comes in the last video, and this is where a lot of things have surfaced where I cannot play a game that doesn't have rollback netcode, and this is why, But I'm gonna show you this series of things, explaining things, and most of you are gonna get it, and it's gonna be great, so you can understand. But even that dash there, that was interesting how he got me. Now I think it's teeter-totter back the other way because, yeah, I'm just standing there. But before I was standing there, you could see there was this dash interaction that just normally wouldn't happen because in the earlier fight, I was like using my dash and my shurikens to easily cancel out things consistently in the first fight. So that's why it goes back and forth. There's leg spikes. People know these terms, misinputs, leg spikes. A lot of other really skilled YouTubers and bigger YouTubers than me, they use these all the time. But now I think you guys can really start to see and understand what on earth is going on here. Like even this, like cool, I stopped in time, but like I'm breaking my controller. Yeah, it's so heavy, dude. Look at that. It's so heavy. I should already be there. Because I'm reacting to something that is or isn't happened yet. Like it already happened yet, or it hasn't happened yet. Like it's very messy, to say the least. But that was good. And then there, like he's probably lagging now, right? Because like I easily punished a shuriken. But it is what it is. I didn't want to waste these games. I love that sub tagging and then into bomb ball. Yeah, it's super hyper lagging now, but I do like the ninja tools in this game. A lot of people say that there shouldn't be infinite ninja tools. I don't know. They actually nerfed the timer, right? From when the game first came out. The ninja tool timer is about half of what it was. It's definitely a lot less. So it's very interesting. What happens here? Interesting. So the idea behind good neutral, just to sum up here, is if we can kind of take leg out of the equation, is that see he's dashing, stopping, repositioning about 6 bodies in front of me, right? And now he's punishing me by creating pressure and dash pressure. A lot of people dash stop right in front because in Storm 4 you could abuse that and make it into jails, making it quote unquote tech, but really it's just option selecting. It's not even skill based. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. It's an option select. You should be dash stopping not just right in front of your opponent, but also 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies from them. And this is how you create good neutral and how you create layered decisions and how you create a different outcome every single time in battle, right? So the position between you and your opponent. See, I'm backflipping now, and now he's chasing. I got him to chase because I have no subs. And this is where it gets dangerous. Everyone talks about runners, but no one talks about chasers. It is lagging a lot. There's really not much I can do, right? And luckily, I stalled long enough so that my sub came back and I can play the game. Don't lose to fear 1% comeback. The classics, the legendary comebacks, dude. I don't know how many hundreds of these I've had, but it's good times, like it's tough though. It's really, really tough. So this is very funny. If you look at the original video, the one I uploaded before this, Jugo got some buffs as well. It wasn't just EMS Sasuke. That's why we're playing Jugo. We like Jugo. We're fans of Jugo. A lot of people don't like him. He's not that exciting or interesting, but people like Sasuke. So we just team him up with that. And that's the thing. If you want a skill-based game, you can't control the leg. And you're only going to get 5 to 15% of your fights are going to be real. The rest are fake. Completely fake. Not skill-based really, and not competitive. But nobody knows because no one is actually taking the time to put themselves in the other person's perspective or to re-look at these fights and break them down and say, oh, yeah, you usually do that. Why didn't you do that there? Oh, I couldn't. The button was eaten up. The input was eaten up. So you should be playing only 2-man teams. There can be 3-man teams, but it should be a fun mode. All rank should be, the leaderboard should be deleted, or at least keep them, but then refresh it for every season, and there should be seasons, right? This is an idea I had a long time ago, but then a subscriber actually put that in there, which was something I was thinking as well. I just never mentioned it to you guys. So there's that element for competitive, but the first thing is there needs to be good netcode, right? Without the netcode, nothing works. There's no good game, there's no real game, there's no competitive game, there's no good neutral, right? So that needs to be fixed. If that doesn't get fixed, that's fine. What can we control? We need to refresh leaderboards, all that. But most importantly, we need to have a competitive mode. It needs to be universal. It needs to be unilateral. The competitive mode needs to be like this. You only get 1 support. There's no more 3 supports. 1 support, that's it. And you need to buff and nerf. Well, you need to nerf and balance it. Don't just kill them like you killed the pain support. Balance the top 10 to 15 supports, right? Like Karen Jitsu, Boro, right? These types of supports, they need to be balanced. How do you balance Azura support, right, with the exploding Rasengan, is you do it the same way that you did it for Hagoromo. You lower the radius, right? The radius has to be smaller, less effective, because before it was so large that you can't walk anywhere. And then you can sub it once and get out. So you can, instead of just having it explode, and you're jailed, let it sub once and you can get out, right? And then that's better, and make the radius smaller. So Karen's, pretty much fine. She can maybe get a little bit of a nerf, and no one likes her, but she's always been the strong since Storm 2. It's not a problem that much. The problem is maybe just allow the status effects not to last as long. Like, don't kill it, but even if you just take 20% off, that should be a big, big improvement. You gotta balance it. Don't kill it. Balance it.